Let's take a look at constitutional amendments 16 through 19. The 16th Amendment was passed in 1913 and lets Congress collect income taxes. Before this, the U.S. government got most of its money from tariffs, which are taxes on imported goods, and excise taxes, which are taxes on specific items like alcohol or tobacco. But this system had big problems. For instance, and this has been in the news quite a bit as of late, they recognized that tariffs hurt consumers. They made imported goods more expensive because we pay those taxes as the consumer, not the country the goods are coming from. So everyday people paid higher prices for things that they needed. This system was also unfair to farmers and workers because at the time, tariffs mostly helped industry in the north, while farmers in the south and west struggled because they relied on selling crops overseas. This system also made it so there wasn't enough money coming in, period. As the country grew, the government needed more funding for things like schools, roads, and the military. Tariffs and excise taxes just weren't generating enough income. So in 1913, the 16th Amendment was passed, allowing Congress to collect income taxes. This meant that the government could tax people based on how much they earned, making the system fairer across the board. The 17th Amendment was also passed in 1913 and changed how we elect U.S. senators. Before the 17th Amendment, state legislators, not the people, chose the senators. This led to a lot of problems like corruption, deadlocks, and senators who really didn't represent the public. So the 17th Amendment fixed that by letting us vote for senators directly. Now, every 6 years, we get to choose who represents our state in the Senate. This made the Senate more accountable to the people and less influenced by backroom deals. In 1919, the 18th Amendment banned the making, selling, and transporting of alcohol across the U.S. Why? Because groups like the temperance movement believed that alcohol caused social problems like crime, poverty, and family issues. They thought banning it would make society better, but it didn't work out as planned. Instead of stopping drinking, prohibition led to speakeasies or secret bars, bootlegging, which was illegal alcohol sales, and a rise in organized crime, like Al Capone's gang. Fun fact, did you know that NASCAR's roots can be traced back to bootleggers during Prohibition who modified their cars to outrun law enforcement while transporting moonshine? Anyway, people kept drinking, and the law was really hard to enforce. So, in a few amendments, they take it all back. The 19th Amendment, passed in 1920, gave women the right to vote. This one took decades of hard work by suffragists like Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton. They organized marches, wrote speeches, and even went to jail to fight for women's voting rights. The amendment was a major milestone, but it didn't solve everything. Many Black women, especially in the South, still face barriers like poll taxes and literacy tests. It took the civil rights movement of the 1960s to fully secure voting rights for all women.